And some of the things we do not make things equal. It gives one group a privilege over the other.
We out here in these streets.
I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm Christocratic. As always, today we're talking about diversity, and we have a political system that thrives itself on diversity, and feel that having different colors of people represented in the government somehow helps us as a whole. Now, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here, right? And I'm going to be on the side that's opposite of me, because I really don't believe that diversity in our government matters. I believe that diversity in thought matters, not in color, not in race, not in that, but diversity in thought, diversity in perspective, and those things that, I mentioned earlier. Being able to see things from different sides, being able to utilize people of different colors to understand, not necessarily have to be that color. Because honestly, there are people on the Democratic side that I don't think are qualified to be in our Senate. AOC. I'm sorry, Alexander Cortez. I don't believe she is. Iman, whatever her name is, the Muslim girl. She should not be there. I'm sorry. She hates America. She promotes for terrorist organizations. That to me doesn't make sense. To have somebody who hates us so much, who hates everything about American society in our Senate. For what? Like, that's not diversity. That's just hate. That's trying to take the foundation out of what made this place great. So I don't believe just because you're a certain color that you're qualified to be in certain things, or be somewhere. I believe that what qualifies you is knowing how to think, not only think for a diverse society in as a whole, not in as individuals, where I have to do this for the black person, I have to do this for the Latino person, I have to do this for the LGBT. But the government's job is to do what? To make it equal amongst all people. And some of the things we do not make things equal. It gives one group a privilege over the other. And those things should be based off inalienable. I can't say that word. It should be in our God-given rights, are centered around our God-given rights, protection, and fairness. And I'm not talking about fairness as in things like, I feel like I'm something, you should change the law. Like one of the, and I'm gonna give y'all this little nugget. I don't like the fact that the alphabet community equates their struggle with the black struggle from slavery and segregation. It's not the same thing. Don't disrespect my legacy. Don't disrespect my people with that. I'm not knocking your struggle. I'm not knocking what you guys feel y'all going through. That has nothing to do with me. I don't care. I don't prescribe to that type of lifestyle. So whatever y'all struggle is y'all struggle. Some of it don't make sense, but that's just my opinion. But it's definitely not like the black people struggle, and it's not like civil rights. So please stop saying that and stop disrespecting my people like that. Just got to be honest with you guys. You can get mad at me all you want to. Your struggle is totally different than the struggle of the black people and their rights. But let's say diversity in color and people are something that is important. If you look at right now, 2020, the 2020 election, and the candidates that are the last candidates that are running on the Democratic side of the presidency, there is not a lick of diversity. But if you look at when Trump was running in 2016, you saw a diverse. You had a Latino, you had a black, you had white, you had a diverse caucus, like when they were doing the Republican primary. It was diverse. The people who made it to the last was diverse. And the Democratic side, it seems like the people of color could not make it to the last one because they didn't have the money. Like you look at the people who are now the final Democratic primary candidates, which is Joe Biden, millionaire plus, Elizabeth Warren, millionaire plus, Bloomberg, billionaire. I forgot the other guy's name, but he's a millionaire. Bernie Sanders, billionaire or millionaire, but he's rich. All these guys have money, they're rich. So that says something that Kamala ran out of money. Corey ran out of money. Beto ran out of money. I guess he was Latino. I think his Spanish was horrible, but the people of color seem to not have the capital to make it to where they are. They couldn't even get on that debate stage because they didn't have that much money. They had to raise so much. But people like Elizabeth Warren and everything, and I hear y'all trolls, they didn't raise all that money. Bernie Sanders run every year. He got money. He's a millionaire, and I'm sure he funds part of his own. And that's why he's able to do what he's doing. These people are able to do what they do because they have their own funding. They have a millionaire. So the diversity in that party is, in my sense, a farce. Oh, it's almost like this. Oh, look, we have black friends. You know? When you gotta say that, somebody might be racist. You know, because it matters. Oh, wait a minute, what are you talking about? I have black friends. They use that for white splaining. Anytime they're challenged. Oh no, I have black friends. Stop it. No, you don't. Stop lying. Nobody likes you. You don't even like them. You use that narrative for when you need something. But any other time, you barely want to touch a black baby, all right? But anyways. But you see that these folks couldn't make it. And I'm not saying that in past that Republican Party hasn't been diverse. I'm not saying that at all because there's some diversity issues there as well. But if this was so important, diversity was so important, and I hear y'all, well, we had a black president of the Democratic Party. Of course we did. They needed that to get the black vote. So guess what? If you notice, they squeezed Hillary out of that and put him there. And then when his was over, they tried to get Hillary back in because now they were ready to have a woman president. So they squeezed Bernie Sanders out, and he was beating her, but they squeezed Bernie Sanders out, so he had to drop out in order to do what they wanted, which is to put the farce up. Instead of allowing the people to elect these people, they want to put these people up and then funnel money towards them so that they can win. It has nothing to do with it being diverse. It has something to do with getting your vote. Obama's presidency, I'm sorry, was about getting your vote. That's all it was. Because honestly, I think Hillary should have won that. I think when she ran against Obama, she should have won that primary the way things were going. But obviously they knew that wasn't going to happen because old trusty African American people vote for their own, and thank God y'all do. You know, I'm glad that we can stick with our own in that aspect, but we won't stick with our own in other aspects. But if that was so important in diversity, why isn't there support for some of the minority candidates that are going from the DNC side? So it doesn't make sense to me. So that leads me to this idea, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this and say that diversity in color, and like I said earlier, diversity in skin color and race and ethnicity is not important when it comes to politics. Just like it's not important when it comes to a movie. A movie is a movie. Who should be in that seat is the people who qualify, who not only have, and I'm not saying qualify like there's like some type of a job inscription for these roles, because there's not. Any one of us can qualify to run, but we have to win the people over. If you can win the people by catering to people, not black people, not Asian people or these people or that people or alphabet people or all these people. Cater to people. And you can win, then you deserve to be there, because now you're truly tapping into diversity. Diversity is not about ethnic group. Diversity is about seeing things in a way that includes every type of person, not just one. So I'm sorry to take rights from another, like in the speech thing where you got the LGBT community trying to make us use different pronouns for people who don't fit in to that pronoun category. How's it fair to say you should enact a law that prohibits people who don't believe like that? That's just like saying we're going to enact a law that everybody's Christian and nobody can be Muslim, or enact a law that everybody has to be Muslim and can't be Christian. That's not fair. There's no such law. But the law is freedom of speech, freedom of religion. LGBT, alphabet community. You guys have already had the rights to call yourselves what you wanted to call yourselves. If you wanted to if you a he and you want to be a she, you can be a she. If you want to be a they, you can be a they. There needs to be no law, but that doesn't mean I have to acknowledge that. Just like you guys don't have to acknowledge my religion. Just like you don't have to even acknowledge my existence. That doesn't change the fact that I exist. It doesn't change the fact that you want to be whatever it is you want to be, just because I don't necessarily want to call you that. That's not true diversity. And therefore, I believe our Democratic Party doesn't care anything about diversity. So let's use diversity in its right content, because diversity can be a beautiful thing when we're using it in the right aspect and putting it in its right place in society. Thank you guys for joining me on this show. I really appreciate that. Kenda, make sure you like, and subscribe. All my social medias, that's Chris Conscious, that's the Wiley Life, that's Speak Music Radio, and also Cypher on the Block. You can find me on all of those. You don't have to subscribe to all, but I would like if you do subscribe to all. I have a Patreon account. That's Wiley Life at Patreon, patreon.com/The Wiley Life. Please go ahead and if you support my show. I also have a store. You can get t-shirts, you can get mugs, like you can get my Feel Me, woo, or you can get my We Out Here in the Streets shirt. And then I have a lot of other hoodies and stuff coming. I got my Get Big Elite stuff. If you guys are into fitness and workout, very nice things that you guys can support the show by purchasing. Excuse me, that was a nasty burp. So, hey, I appreciate you guys. And until next time, we out here in these streets.